Right now, the Badgers are going dancing. Find out how the team feels heading into the NCAA tournament after their most recent Big Ten run. Plus, as we approach 6 months since Planned Parenthood Wisconsin resumed abortion services at certain location, Brandon Ross sits down with Planned Parenthood Wisconsin CEO on the service since Roe v. Wade was overturned. And we bring the sights and sounds of the St. Patrick's Day Parade with a Grand Marshal you all will recognize. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Today was a big day for Wisconsin men's basketball with the Badgers facing Illinois in the Big Ten final and learning their NCAA tournament fate. To learn more, we send it on over to Sports Director Zach Hanley. Zach, what do you have for us?
Well, Jalen, after a run in the NIT last season, Wisconsin is back in the big dance and will head to Brooklyn as the 5 seed in the South region and will take on 12th-seeded James Madison from the Sun Belt Conference in the first round on Friday at 8:40 right here on News 3 Now. Well, recent history with the Badgers being the 5 seed, not too good. The last 2 times they were bounced in the first round with the classic 12-5 upset. But right now, all their focus is on James Madison and not the number in front of their name.
First of all, it doesn't matter. The 68 teams that are in are all good. And you know my line of all the bad teams are on spring break. So, I mean, they're 31-3. They won the Sun Belt. Now, everybody, as I told the team after the game, we're all at the same starting block now. There's no more pies given to anybody, and we're all, racing towards the same thing. But you have to win 6, and you can't win 6 if you don't win 1.
And we'll have much more on Wisconsin dancing in the NCAA tournament and how their run in the Big Ten tournament proved what they all knew all along. That's coming up later in sports.
All right, Zach, we'll see you then. And now let's get a look at your first one forecast with meteorologist Buddy Reeves. Buddy, what do you have for us?
Hey, Jalen. Yeah, today was a very chilly St. Patrick's Day. We only struggled to reach the upper 30s across the region. So if you were out and about, maybe celebrating down on the Capitol Square today, it was definitely chilly. Take a look at the Capitol sky shot right now. It is currently 26 degrees with cloudy skies and winds out of the north at 12. Taking a look across Dane County, 26 here in Madison, 28 in Middleton, 29 for our friends in Mount Horeb. As we expand out the view, 31 in Boscobel, 30 degrees in Monroe. And if you thought it was cold today, it is. Temperatures are about 14 degrees colder than they were this time yesterday. So it definitely will feel chilly. And unfortunately for your day tomorrow, it's still going to be chilly. Going to start out at 22 degrees under partly cloudy skies, getting up to a high of 37. And then after that, we will get a little bit warmer, but we are tracking possible alert days Thursday and Friday, and then again on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I'll have more of that in Maine weather.
All right, buddy, thank you. An ATV crash in Muscoda leaves a father and son severely injured. Around 7 p.m. Saturday evening, Muscoda police, fire, and EMS responded to a call at the intersection of 2nd and Warehouse Street in the village of Muscoda. There they would find an ATV crash into a trailer that was being pulled by a pickup truck. A 33-year-old male and his 6-year-old son were in the ATV and were severely injured. Both were transported to local emergency rooms where they would eventually be airlifted to La Crosse and Madison. The crash is currently under investigation. A woman is dead and a man is injured after a rollover crash in rural Sparta. Around midnight, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office responded to a rollover crash involving the UTV. The UTV traveling east on Janice Avenue in the township of Well left the roadway and overturned. The female passenger was pronounced dead at the scene. The male driver was taken to the hospital for his injuries. Alcohol is suspected to have played a part in the crash. An investigation is ongoing. Tomorrow marks 6 months since Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin resumed abortion services at 2 of their locations, one in Milwaukee and the other one right here in Madison. Our Brandon Ross sat down with Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin CEO Tanya Atkinson to reflect on abortion care in Wisconsin since the overturn of Roe and find out how they plan to move forward. Take a look.
We are following breaking news out of Washington, D.C. The U.S. Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade.
When the ruling came down on a Friday, our attorney called our health center staff and told them to stop immediately.
June 24th, 2022.
The team had to go out into those waiting rooms and tell these women, these people who needed an abortion, that the decision that they had made was no longer theirs to make.
Wisconsin reverted to a pre-Civil War law widely interpreted as banning abortion.
We know how devastating it was for patients that day, and we also know that even with the operations with generous support, there still were people that were going to be unable to access the abortion care they needed.
For more than a year, Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin halted abortion procedures in the state. Many of their staff traveled to Illinois, where abortion was still legal, to help provide the procedure, oftentimes to Wisconsinites who had to cross state lines to get it.
They would see a patient, and the patient would say, I came from Wisconsin to Illinois. And the provider would say, me too.
But 6 months ago, abortion access in Wisconsin changed again.
Breaking news this afternoon. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin says it will resume abortion services starting next week.
Our commitment was to restore access to abortion as soon as we had clarification.
The Dane County Circuit Judge's ruling that the 1849 law does not apply to abortion gave them that clarification.
When we announced the decision to resume services, the appointments were filled within 24 hours, and our appointments have remained filled since that time.
Today, there are only 4 clinics actively doing abortions in Wisconsin as legal challenges continue to work their way through the courts. Last month, Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin filed a petition asking the Wisconsin Supreme Court to find the 1849 law unconstitutional as a whole, hoping to protect abortion access for good. Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has not said whether it will accept an appeal to the Dane County Circuit Judge's ruling that allowed abortion services to begin again, or Planned Parenthood's latest challenge. And Wisconsin continues to be a focal point for campaign 2024. This month alone, Vice President Kamala Harris visited Madison, and President Biden this past week visited Milwaukee. And on this week's edition of For the Record, our Will Keneally sat down with former Labor Secretary and current White House advisor Tom Perez on why this administration continues to invest in the state's infrastructure.
These issues weren't limited to larger cities like Milwaukee. And when we were scouring the country to better understand how these decisions of yesteryear had disproportionate impact on Black and brown communities, we discovered, issues like Madison and the Perry Street overpass, and your viewers understand that well, and how that ended up being a source of exclusion.
For the full interview with Tom Perez, you can find it on our website at channel3000.com/fortherecord. Former President Trump is doubling down on campaign rhetoric that has some Republicans questioning his use of words that many Democrats say could suggest political violence. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
I don't know if you call them people. In some cases, they're not people, in my opinion, but I'm not allowed to say that because the radical left says that's a terrible thing to say.
Former President Donald Trump kicked up a firestorm as he described some migrants during his weekend rally in Ohio.
These are bad. These are animals, okay? And we have to stop it.
The Republican presumptive nominee used similar language in a TV interview that aired Sunday.
Our country is being poisoned. Look, we have, and we can be nice about it. We can talk about, I want to be politically correct, but we have people coming in from prisons and jails, long-term murderers.
Also raising eyebrows, Trump warned the crowd of a bloodbath if he's not elected, as he vowed to impose 100% tariffs on cars made in Mexico by China.
If I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
The general tone of the speech is why many Americans continue to wonder, should President Trump be president?
Former Vice President Mike Pence, meanwhile, said again he won't endorse Trump's November run, while saying he forgives Trump in his heart for what happened on January 6th.
The fact that the president continues to insist that I had the right to overturn the election that day is a fundamental difference.
Saturday night, President Biden addressed the annual Gridiron Club dinner. Aside from several one-liners, Biden took aim at Trump, saying he bows down to Russian President Vladimir Putin and warned that American democracy and freedom are under threat. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
A Trump campaign spokesman said the former president was clearly talking about the impact of a second Biden term on the auto industry and broader economy in his bloodbath remarks. Former Vice President Pence, meanwhile, says Trump's calling January 6 prisoner hostages is unacceptable. And coming up after the break, we bring you the sights and sounds of Madison St. Patrick's Day Parade, which this year was led by one of our own. And with cases of norovirus on the rise, Consumer Reports tells us how you can protect yourself from contracting it.
It's A1 Furniture's Truckload Mattress Blowout. Queen Luxury Firm Mattress only $2.99. Queen Euro Top $3.99. Queen Jumbo Plush or Firm just $4.99. All sizes available during this once-a-year mattress event. Only at Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hanson's knows that your home is a place of comfort and protection. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are guaranteed. With over 30 years experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert. Get 60% off installation or enjoy no interest and no payments for 2 years.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Shop family-owned Brothers Maine for our large selection, low-price deals, and free delivery on top brands like Cafe, Hotpoint, and GE Appliances. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases. Feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Army National Guard soldiers have the option to train and learn skills in the trade fields, skills that can lead to employment at home as well. Find out how you can learn a trade and serve part-time for your community and country by visiting nationalguard.com.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you can get 3.99% APR for 60 months on a new 2024 Camry, RAV4, or Tundra Hybrid.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Get instant cash back at A1 Furniture. Save $50 off every $500 you spend, plus incredible in-store only deals. Your choice, 2-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $10.99, and get the recliner free. Only at Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Joe Manganiello gushes over the love of his life.
She'll go to the movies, she comes to the gym.
So I tried to win her over.
Thank you.
Then I love connecting people. There she is.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
As you all know, the Day of Green and Gold is here, and I'm not talking about the Packers. The 24th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade at the Capitol Square brought people from all over the Madison Metro celebrating the Day of Luck. Families, friends, and loved ones sporting their best St. Patty's Day fits were welcomed by floats from a multitude of organizations and groups showing off their best creative ideas.
Walking around, we're handing out candy with my sister queens today to kids.
News 3 Now's Brady Mallory served as the parade's Grand Marshal. And hopefully everyone out there was bundled up because it was definitely a chilly one with how long the cold could stick around. Meteorologist Buddy Reeves joins us with the first look at your first one forecast. Buddy?
Yeah, Jalen, it was a rather chilly St. Patrick's Day today, and we did have some snow showers move through parts of the west side here in Madison and also south of Madison. Unfortunately, those chilly conditions are going to continue into your Monday before we briefly warm up, and then we talk about unsettled weather as we head on into the end of the week. Taking a look at 3 things you need to know. A chilly Monday, so it's going to be like a carbon copy of what we saw today. It's going to be cloudy, maybe some breaks of sun, and some snow showers possible. And then we get mild on Tuesday, which ironically is the first day of spring. And then, unfortunately, if you don't like snow, we are tracking some snow as we head into late this week. Planning your night overnight tonight into tomorrow morning as you're heading off to work or school. It's going to be rather chilly, so you will need a jacket in the morning. 22 degrees here in Madison, 21 in Lone Rock, 23 in Baraboo. And as we look at future tracks starting out at 6:30 in the morning, again, it's going to be some scattered clouds in the morning and through the afternoon. There might be some light snow showers moving through the area. We should get to a high of 37 degrees, but it's going to feel chilly before dropping off overnight Monday night into Tuesday when we start out at around 29 degrees on your Tuesday. But by Tuesday, that's when we're going to actually get to 50 degrees. Our normal high is 45, but this is the only good day that it's going to be warm if you're a spring lover, and that is the official first day of spring. We're actually going to drop back into the upper 30s and then get back into the 40s before again plummeting back into the 30s. Now, we are watching an alert day that is possible for your Thursday. This is Thursday starting out at 6 in the morning. Not much on the map, but by 5 p.m. we do have some scattered snow showers off to our west. This will continue to move across southern Wisconsin as we head on into your Friday morning. There might be a little bit of a mixture down near Mineral Point, Monroe, and Janesville. And then that system is out of here by Friday. But unfortunately, folks, that's not it. There will possibly be another storm late Sunday, Monday, and a Tuesday that we are watching. So again, late Thursday snow. We will have some weekend wind and mix, but that weekend storm is going to be track dependent upon what kind of precip we're going to see and how much. So we're just going to have to watch that as we move forward through the work week. And Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington and Kelly Slifka will have the latest starting tomorrow morning. 37 for tomorrow, breezy on Tuesday, and then Thursday and Friday is when we do have that snow. This could be an accumulating snow, so we'll have to continue to watch it. And then as we head on into your Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we will see that chance of mixed precipitation coming into the picture. And again, Jalen, that could be a significant storm next week, which could help the drought. But unfortunately, if you're a spring lover and want rain, we might see more snow before we see more rain.
Not here just yet.
No.
In case you guys are wondering, this was not planned. We just walked into the studio and we were like,
it is true.
Okay, it is what it is. But man, the fact that we could see some snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not digging it, but at least we get one day of 50 degrees before all that stuff comes out.
Yeah, it's winter and spring in Wisconsin.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Outbreaks of a nasty stomach virus are spiking, making millions of people sick. Neurovirus is highly contagious, but as Consumer Reports explains, there are always ways to avoid getting sick and spreading the virus.
If you've been hit with a few days of intense nausea and vomiting, there's a good chance the culprit was a bug called neurovirus.
That's right. Norovirus is sometimes mistakenly called the stomach flu, but it's actually not caused by the influenza virus. Symptoms of norovirus: vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pains. Sometimes you can get fever, and there can be a ton of this, as many as like 21 million cases every year in the U.S.
And while norovirus gets a lot of attention for making cruise ship travelers miserable, it can spread quickly in any spot where a lot of people are in close quarters. And as any parent will tell you, that means it's very common in schools. Worse, the virus is very contagious and hardy. It can stay on surfaces like doorknobs and handrails for weeks. So how can you avoid it?
So unfortunately, there's no vaccine for norovirus. So hand washing is really your number one thing. And that means diligently washing hands, frequently washing your hands, and thoroughly washing them with soap and water. Hand sanitizer alone is not going to cut it.
If someone in your home has gotten sick with norovirus, disinfect contaminated surfaces with 5 to 25 tablespoons of household bleach per gallon of water. Wash linens, towels, and clothes that might have been contaminated.
If you get sick, stay home so that you don't spread it to anyone else. Just allow the virus to run its course, usually about 1 to 3 days. Drink a lot of liquids, as severe dehydration can land you in the emergency room.
This is Rachel Joyce.
People who are at risk for dehydration may want to call their doctors when they first get sick to ask about a prescription for an anti-nausea and vomiting medication that may be able to help you keep foods and fluids down. And coming up next in sports, Wisconsin is dancing in Brooklyn while the Badgers say they got their swagger back after their run in the Big Ten tournament. Next in sports with Zach.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
America, it's a 24/7 kind of place. And that's where Ford Escape comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking and Bliss with cross-traffic alert to help you get away from it all, even when you're right in the middle of it. You got this with Ford Escape. Choose FlexBuy on Escape with 0% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Americans are doing their best to get by, but with an uncertain economy and prices still rising, budgets are stretched thin. And Washington's new capital regulation is another bill Americans can't afford. Basel III Endgame will make loans, utilities, and groceries more expensive and make it harder to access credit. Families, seniors, farmers, and small businesses are already struggling to make ends meet. Washington needs to scrap Basel III Endgame and start over.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee, tea, wine, or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first 5-minute application. Better yet, after a week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week, and I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night, and no problems.
Over 500,000 people have already seen incredible results. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call or go online to receive 50% off. You'll also receive the Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. Plus, get free shipping.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Suffering from middleman mattress markup malaise?
You have no idea.
And ditch the distributor. And shop factory direct savings at Denver Mattress instead. And during the March mattress sale, everything is on sale. Like the Summit Queen, now only $332.49. Or check out the Doctor's Choice Plush for only $759.99. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. Say no to the middleman mattress markup malaise and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
And that was the moment the Badgers found out they were officially dancing. And everybody, of course, is pretty excited, except maybe Chucky Hepburn. He's already dialed in on making a deep run in March. And that run starts in Brooklyn for Wisconsin as the 5 seed in the South. They'll face the Sun Belt Tournament champs James Madison. The 31-3 Dukes and the Badgers have played 2 common opponents this year, Michigan State and Arkansas State. But those are details. The only thing that matters to this group is that they're in.
Yeah, I mean, we got to come in with the same mindset no matter what team we're playing. It could be #1 team in the country or the last team in the country. It's March Madness. Anything can happen, so got to come in there with the same mindset.
I don't think any of us really care where we were playing, who we were playing. We're just excited to get between those lines and compete again.
And before the selection show, Badgers were trying to win 4 games in 4 days. Wisconsin looking for their first Big Ten tournament title since 2015. And Chucky Hepburn doing everything he could to get them one. The step back and one. Badgers led by as many as 10 in the second half. Now the Illini would make a run. Wisconsin down 3 with 2 minutes to go. And how many times have we seen this? Max Klesman with the clutch triple to tie the game up at 85. But Illinois would answer right back. Terrence Shannon Jr. buries the triple to give the Illini the lead for good. Not the result that they wanted, but as Andrew Banster found out in Minneapolis this week, the Badgers have got their groove back.
Wisconsin may have fell just short of winning the Big Ten tournament, but they're not headed back home empty-handed. They've got their swagger back, and they'll need it for March Madness.
Klesman for the lead. On target. Woo!
It stings. It hurts because this is one we wanted, obviously, and it was one of our goals. But as I told them in the locker room, now we put ourselves in position to, we got more basketball. We're a better team walking out of here today than we were when we showed up on Thursday.
I think we're feeling pretty good. We came into this weekend, and we got a lot better as the weekend went on. Sure, we would like to see the game end up a different way, but we can't knock the fight or the heart that this team showed, and we're ready for the March Madness, so we got to move on to next.
You know, I think we've gotten our swagger, our mojo back a little bit, and I'm super excited to see in these next 2 to 3 weeks where it can take us, you know, how we can use this as a trampoline into March Madness.
I mean, we played great here. We went 3-1 in this tournament. Definitely got our momentum back, our groove back. So I think we're coming into March Madness with a lot of groove.
Now it's Store time. A.J. Store with a downtown hit. And now it's on to James Madison in the big dance. But as Stephen Crowell told me, I don't think any of us really care who we're playing, as long as we're between those lines competing. At the Target Center, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
Bucks hosting the Suns. No Giannis, but the Deer did get Chris Middleton back in the lineup. But the star of the game was Bobby Buckets Portis. He couldn't miss from deep. Portis finished with 31 and 10 off the bench, including 5 triples. As a team, Milwaukee hit 24 threes. Bucks get the win, 140 to 129. And speaking of dancing, for the first time in over a decade, the Wisconsin women's basketball team will be playing in the postseason. The Badgers received an at-large bid to compete in the WNIT. They'll find out their opponent tomorrow when the bracket is released. Brackets. How many brackets? Do you fill out brackets?
I have in the past. I have. I don't do them every single year. It just depends on
what. This is the best time of the year, Jalen.
For me, it's kind of like fantasy football. I want to just be able to enjoy the games without having stakes in them sometimes.
Well, what's the most brackets you've filled out in one?
Just 2.
Just 2?
Anything beyond that is a little extra.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Sorry. One year I filled out like 10.
Really?
Yeah. And I did win like a hat because the team that won, I won, but I kind of had 10 brackets, so.
But shout out to the women's team for making it.
How
Would you
about
say
that?
in over a decade?
In over a decade. So the last time they were in the postseason, it was the 2010-2011 season, and they actually hosted in the WNIT. So
that's awesome.
That program's on the rise. We got women's hockey competing for a national championship, and then the men, they're in, and they're playing well, so you never know. Could be another matchup with Duke in the NCAA tournament in the second round.
And I mean, the last 2 days, they've gone toe-to-toe with 2 of the best teams in the country. They just beat Purdue, who's a 1 seed. Was Illinois a 2 or a 3?
2, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they can compete with them, they can compete with anybody.
And they're looking like that team that was ranked number 6 in the country back in December.
100%. All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Zach. We'll be back with more after this.
Washington has become corrupt. Career politicians sell themselves to special interests and end up working for them and not you. I've worked hard, been fortunate. I don't need their special interest money, and I won't take it. If you decide to elect me as your next senator, I'll donate my entire salary to a Wisconsin charity every year. I'm Eric Hovde. I can't be bought, and I'll put you and our country first. I approve this message.
Let's play Dare to Compare! My signature hybrid mattress
versus this leading brand name hybrid mattress. Both combine types of memory foam with inner spring coils.
But my signature is just $9.99. Theirs is a whopping $21.99. My signature with the Power Bob Elite base still costs less than that.
Sure, they're not exactly the same, but is theirs worth so much more?
When the looks you love go for less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
My husband and I finally agreed that we need a new bathtub and shower, so he went right to work on it. I think he's procrastinating.
For a new bathtub or shower, just call 1-800-HANSONS. Installed in as little as 1 day with optional safety features and a no-leak guarantee. Get 60% off installation or no interest, no payments for 2 full years. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. During Chevy truck season, get 0.9% financing on all 2023 and 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or qualified lessees can get this Silverado for $499 a month.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my six-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Two iconic rock bands, one night of history. The Marshall Tucker Band, Jefferson Starship. Live on Cloud 9 Tour. Saturday, May 25th, Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. All the hits. All the history. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. For the first time ever, the Marshall Tucker Band, Jefferson Starship, together.
A call for action over problems at a new condo development, Monday at 10.
St. Patrick's Day is not complete without a body of water being dyed green, and the Chicago River is no exception. In a tradition that dates back to 1962, the Chicago Plumbers Union infused the river with 50 pounds of green dye covering a quarter-mile stretch of the river. How much dye do you think it would take to dye Lake Mendota, one of our local lakes, green?
That'd be a lot.
I mean, it's not a moving body of water, so it should be easier. I don't know, I'm just spitballing.
It's above my pay grade.
Yeah, for sure. I'll stick to
I'm a little disappointed I didn't get the email that you guys sent out. I know you planned it.
It's our natural chemistry, man.
Exactly.
You know, you're the fancy sports guy. We're just trying to make it through the show. But speaking of weather, we got a lot of stuff going on. Pretty cold outside.
It's pretty chilly outside. Tomorrow is definitely going to be another chilly day. We are tracking alert days for your Thursday and then again for your weekend. Kelly Slifka will be here in the morning to give you an update on that, and then Alex Harrington in the afternoon. Looking at temperatures in the 30s for Monday, 50s on Tuesday, and then again Thursday, Friday, we start that unsettled weather period.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, buddy. Thank you all for joining us. See you back here tomorrow. And thank you for making it a great evening.